Good day, everyone. Trust we are doing good. Welcome to another webinar that we'll be holding today. And we're talking about how to trade Forex using price action. So the quick one we always do, if you can hear me properly, please do drop a message in the chat box. Thank you. Just drop a hi, good morning, or your favorite emoji in the chat box, okay? I'm your host, Akinwale Chibike, and we all know it's always fun being with me on the webinars, and we'll try as much as possible to make the topic exciting so you can also learn and have fun on the way. Yeah, good morning, Karachi. How are you doing this morning? So, here's the rule. Use the chat box to converse with me. Use the question section to send questions to me, and I'll be sending out polls constantly. So, I just want everybody on the call to tag along on the polls. Okay, just respond to the polls, give your responses, and let's see how it goes. Okay. Yeah, so we've got quite a few people on the call. Karachi, morning. Dixon, good morning. Samuel and Sylvester, good morning. Hope you guys are doing great this morning. Okay. So before we dive right into what we will be discussing today, I always talk about what we offer you at Eagle Global Markets. Like, I find a lot of joy in telling you the products that we offer and how we can help you earn a lot from the financial markets. And that's what we'll be talking about first before we dive right into today's topic. So at Eagle Global Markets, we're a broker. We offer you financial services that can help you earn more in the financial markets, like generally trading the financial markets. And trading the financial markets can give you what everybody wants, which is financial freedom. Like, everybody wants to be free. We want to have money to do the things we like. We want to have time also to do the things we like, spend time with family. And that's what we at Eagle Global Markets offer you with our products. So our products are actually simple and straight to the point, actually. And that's the major thing. We understand our clients need to be comfortable with whatever they're doing on our platform, and that's why we have these products for you. So the first product we offer you is the MT4. That's a platform where you can trade the financial markets in a foreign currency dollar. And it's actually very easy to navigate the platform, very, very easy to use. Also, we have a platform where you can trade the global financial markets in Naira, our local currency, which is the cloud trade platform. And yes, if you're a person that's always busy with work, doesn't have time to trade the financial market, or even doesn't have time to learn the nooks and crannies of the financial markets, we have a product just for you, which is the copy trading platform. And it's one of the platforms that can help you, that gives the best ROI. Even if you're trading yourself, or you want the traders on that platform to trade for you, where you have total control of everything the trader does on your trading account. So good morning, Latifa. I saw you on my last webinar. Actually, it's quite amazing having you on here again. So can anyone at all tell us what we discussed the last time on our previous webinar? Can anybody at all tell us what we discussed on our previous webinar? Let's try to refresh our memory to see if we were following along and if we did implement the things we discussed on the last webinar. Brilliant. Momentum. I love that. I love that momentum. So can anybody tell me what I did say in particular? Yes, it's a Nigerian owned broker. Okay. It's a Nigerian owned broker. Nigerian number one. Yeah, number one. First owned broker. There's no broker. This is the first owned broker by a Nigerian. Okay. So it's a Nigerian company. And that's why we do all our best to provide the best services to all of our clients. So back to what we said. Can anybody remind us what we did discuss on momentum trading? Did you apply it on the charts? How has it been? Did you follow the process? Did you implement it? Because it's all about implementation. I tell you guys, many times we come on the webinar, it's not about attending my webinars regularly. It's not about coming. I have no idea about that, Samuel. It's not about coming to my webinars regularly. It's not about saying you understand. It's about going to the charts, applying it, and seeing these things play out in real life situations. That's the major thing. That's the major thing. Seeing it play out on the charts, real life situation. So it's not just about coming to the webinars. It's about implementing the things. That's why I advise. Yes, it's very, very good to demo trade. It's fine to demo trade. It helps you understand your trading process and progress, but no emotions attached, nothing attached. That's why I always advise after demo trading for a while, try as much as possible to get a live account. Okay, fund your live accounts with as little as 5,000 naira, 10,000 naira, and put these things into practice. When your emotions are on the line, you understand how it is to be or to be in a situation in the financial markets in a life situation. Okay. So yeah, how to trade momentum. We explained how we could use the MACD to understand how momentum is in price. We also talked about using price action. That's a naked chart to understand momentum in price. How the engulfing candle shows us momentum in price and how we can capitalize on it by making a lot of profits from it. Okay, so in today's class, we'll be talking about how to trade Forex using price action. Now, what is price action? Anybody at all on the call, what is price action? What do you think price action? I always say something, you're not wrong, you are right on my webinar, okay? You're not, because it's all about our own personal perspective when it comes to anything we're teaching. So what is price action to you? Okay, I'd love to get a lot of response in the chat, but like it's very easy. It's a very easy, it's a very easy terminology in the financial markets which everyone gets acquainted to. So tell me, what is price action to you? Okay, what is price action to you? You can see a lot of people are dropping stuffs in the chat box. I'd love to read them right now. Like once everybody sends it in, I'd love to read them. Wow. Okay, someone said tracking the trends using candlestick charts to know when to buy or sell. I really love the fact that you put in the word tracking. Okay, the movement of price, brilliant. That's very, very brilliant. Price action is the movement of price. Brilliant, Alimat. Very, very brilliant. Price action equals trends. I love that also. Price action is the movement of price as indicated by candlestick. Exactly. Candlestick represents price. Candlestick represents price. And I really love the fact that a lot of people are giving me their thoughts on price action. Okay. So I always give a definition and use life examples to explain. So let's stick to the keyword price action. Okay. Keyword is price action. And in this session, what you'll be learning is trading Forex using price action. What is price action? Trading messy versus clean charts, price action identification, how to trade with price action, capitalizing on price action conferences and strategies. Okay. So that's what we're talking about today. Okay. So first thing first, what is price action? General perspective. Okay. Price action, we'll take the process simple and easy, and I'll be explaining to everybody like we are five. Okay, I'll explain like we're five so we can easily understand the concepts, nothing difficult. So price action. Okay, price action. Now price action is a compound word. Let's just take it from that angle, and it consists of price and action. Price generally means the value of a commodity or a financial instrument. Now we are relating it to the financial market. Okay, price means the current value or the value of a financial instrument. Action means doing. Okay, things it does. Now when we combine the two of them together, it just means the things price or the value of a financial instrument is doing. That's what price action means. And if we relate it properly, if we relate it properly to the financial markets, price action is simply trading based on price. Trading based on price. That's what it simply means. Trading based off price. No added indicator, no added confluence, just trading based off what price give you. And that's what price action is. Okay? Do we all understand? If we do understand, please drop a yes in the chat box. Okay. If we all understand what I said, let's drop a yes in the chat box. Okay. If we do all understand what I said, let's drop a yes. I'd love to get a lot of response on this. Okay. Price action is just the movement, trading based off the movement of price. Now you have to relate price and time. Okay. So price action is generally the movement of price relative to time. That's how it's simply put as. Brilliant. I'm glad everybody understands. Now, using a life example to explain this, everybody knows I love cars a lot. Okay. So we'll be using cars to explain this. Now, if we're talking about cars, we have different type of cars, but I'll just major on two types of cars. We have the regular cars and the super cars, right? The regular cars, we can find the Honda, Toyota, and the likes under it. And when we talk about supercars, we're talking about the Ferrari, the W Motors, the Lamborghinis, right? Now, I really love the Ferrari, so I will still use the model I like, which is the Ferrari Pista. Now, when we say the Ferrari Pista can move very fast, if a Ferrari Pista is parked, it can't move, right? You need to get into the car, turn it on, and step on the accelerator, right? That's just price action. For a car to move, for a Ferrari Pista to move from one point to another, an action needs to be taken. What's that action? Turning on the car and stepping on the accelerator. So price action relating to the example I just used is price being on its own and how would I put this? A factor pushing price to a certain direction. Okay, a factor pushing price to a certain direction. And a Ferrari Pista, a Ferrari Pista, someone steps on the accelerator, so it moves from one distance to another. Do we all understand? Do we all understand? Using the example of the Ferrari Pista, like using a life example, I'd love to get more yeses actually. Not just one person. I'd love to get more yeses. If you do understand, if you don't, tell me no. I'm here for you. I will go back and explain. Okay, great. Now that we understand what price action means, using the general definition of price action and also a life example, which is the Ferrari Pista, I would like to show you a chart actually. So a minute, I would just like to pop up a chart on my screen and we go from there. Okay, so I have a chart on my screen. Let's pop it up and we would all see how price really is on the chart. Okay, so if you can see my screen, please let me know. Can you see a chart on the screen? Can you see a chart on the screen? If you can see a chart on the screen, please let me know. Great. Now, can you see how a candlestick form? I'm sure everybody knows what a candlestick is. If you're on this webinar and you don't know what a candlestick is, I'd advise you actually check our YouTube channel. There's a content on that there, so you can learn from that. Now we can all see our prices. We have two types of candlestick, a bullish candlestick and a bearish candlestick. The bullish is the green one, the bearish is the red one. Bullish means price going up, bearish means price going down. So you can see how let's look at this candle currently forming. Do you see how price is forming, like open, trading away, then deciding to close at an area? That's price action, the action in price. And that's what I want everybody to understand. Now, understanding that price action is just movement of price, how price from how it goes, how it trades, how price is delivered, the model of price. We understand the concept behind price and its action that way. Now, after understanding the concept behind price and its action, we relate it to the charts, okay? To the charts. Now, when we say the charts, to demonstrate proper price action, we have to use the charts. And the charts is two ways. We have a chart that shows price alone, or we have a messy chart. Okay, that's why I said trading messy versus clean charts. What I showed you, or the example I showed you, is a clean chart. And let me show you another example of an unclean chart. Okay, now a clean chart is a chart that just shows you price action, that just shows you only the candlesticks, how candlesticks are forming, how price is delivered. This like this right now. This is a clean chart. Okay, a clean chart, nothing at all on it. Now this is a messy chart. Let me show you a messy chart right here. This is a messy chart, like indicators here and there. Now, I'm not saying indicators are not good. Don't get me wrong. But based off this topic, we are talking about price action. Okay. So we want to use the clean chart and not the messy chart. Okay. Now, you would agree with me that you can see price clearly. This is an uptrend. You can see price clearly, how price is moving with this chart, right? How because of it's very, very clean. And look right here. Do you agree with me? Can you see price clearly on this type of chart? Yes or no? This chart, you can see price clearly. You would agree with me. But look at this chart. Do you see price clearly? Yes or no? Brilliant. Now, this is why you want to use a clean chart always when you are trading price action, and you don't want to use a messy chart when you are trading price action. Okay. Now, going into detail, what a clean chart means is a chart that just shows you the candlesticks, and not a chart that shows you that is full of indicators and very messy. Now, why did I say you need to trade using, or you always want to trade using a clean chart and not a messy chart? Why I say that is because of it is easier to see the direction of price on a clean chart than it is to see the direction of price on a messy chart. Okay, so I want to turn this into a clean chart. I just add my templates that I like. Now we can see price clearly or better on this chart. Okay, now with this known, you can understand or determine that every time you want to trade, or you're willing to trade, the clean chart is your best option to go through if you want to trade price action. Okay, pure price action. Our price action is based off. A clean chart is your go-to. But if you want to trade indicators with confluences or price action with indicators, you can use a messy chart, a chart that is filled with indicators. And please do understand that I am not saying indicators are bad. I use indicators also, but I don't major my thoughts. Okay, I don't major my thoughts around indicators alone. I major my thoughts around price action alone. Okay, so so back to what I was saying. You want to trade with a clean chart and not a messy chart. And I am not against using indicators. I just want to let you know or explain the fact that you can't base all your trading decisions off an indicator. You want to still consider price action. I use indicators a lot also, but I don't capitalize my thoughts or my trading decisions around an indicator. Do we all understand? If we don't understand, please let's drop a yes in the chat box. And if we don't, let's drop a no. And also, if you have questions, please ask. I would take a 1 or 2 minutes break right now to explain whatever your question is. And also, I'll be sending in a poll right now. So if we don't understand, let's drop a yes in the chat box. If we don't, drop a no. Ask your question using the question section, and let's do well to respond to the polls. Okay, great, 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 great. I love the fact that we are all responding to Yeah, so I just sent in a poll right now. Let's do what respond to it. Thank you. Let's all respond to it. Let's do what respond to it. Okay, if you're the one that states you're not following, please let me know so I can explain further for you. Okay, I'd love to carry everybody along. Oh, audio has been bad. Okay, from where actually? Let me know, please. Or you could actually watch the replay on our YouTube channel. The replay would be available on our YouTube channel, and the audio is not bad. Please, if you notice the audio is bad, please let me know. The audio is not bad at my end because I have someone right here watching it to tell me if the audio or anything is wrong. Okay, so you can always watch the replay on our YouTube channel. And please let me know if anything is wrong, possibly my screen or the audio or anything. You can always let me know to check my mic or something. Okay. So if we are all following, please let's respond to the polls. I'd love everybody to respond to the poll. We're 11 on here and just got 2 responses on the poll. Please let's do what to respond to the poll. That's the only way you can pay me back for my time. Okay. I always state it. That's the only way you can pay me back for my time. So let's do well to respond to the poll. Thank you very much. Great. No, not at all. I actually set the screen seems stuck on the first slide. Wow. I think it's from your internet connection. Okay. I think it's from your internet connection. Do you mind exiting the meeting and joining again? Possibly it would get better that way. Okay. So price action identification. Now, how do you identify price and its actions? This is where I would like to use a whiteboard. Okay, this is where I would like to use a whiteboard. This is where I would like to use a whiteboard. So I'm trying to pop up a whiteboard on my screen. I would share that in a moment right now. If you've got questions, please use the question section. Ask your questions. I would love to get questions from you so I can create more clarity. Trying to make this load so I can actually give more clarity on the whole thing. Okay. Great. Now let me share my screen so you can see the whiteboard. Now we said if we're talking about price action and we're trying to understand the actions right now. Now, trending or consolidation. On this webinar, if you're on this webinar, you don't know or you don't understand the concept behind when price is trending or when it is consolidating, please do go to our YouTube channel. There's content on there that would give you clarity on this. Now, price action identification. We are trying to identify what price is really doing. What price is really doing. Now, price does 2 things. It either moves in a certain direction or doesn't move in a direction. Okay. Now, when we say price moves in a certain direction, it means price is moving either in an uptrend or a downtrend. Okay. It means price is either moving in uptrend or downtrend. Okay. Price is either moving in an uptrend or downtrend. That's just what it means. If price is trending, uptrend or downtrend, and if price isn't trending, what it's just saying is that price is consolidating. Okay, price is consolidating. Price isn't going up, it isn't going down, it's just moving sideways. Now, how do you identify an uptrend? How do you identify a downtrend? How do you identify consolidation? So I would so much love to give a um a diagrammatic expression first. So this is what one we have here right here. Trying to pop this up. Okay, let's get another tool right here. Okay, so when price creates an impulse to the upside, it creates a correction to the downside. Creates another impulse to the upside, creates a correction to the downside. Creates another impulse to the upside, creates a correction to the downside. Creates an impulse to the upside, and so on and so forth. So what I'm actually driving at is this is an uptrend. An uptrend consists of series of higher highs, this areas right here, and higher lows. Okay, while a downtrend consists of lower highs and lower lows. Okay, an uptrend higher highs and higher lows, a downtrend lower highs and lower lows. That's what an uptrend and a downtrend consists of. And a downtrend just means price is trading down. That's how you identify price action. You just need to understand the direction of price. Is price up? Uptrend. I'm looking for buys. Is price down? Downtrend. I'm looking for sells. That's how you identify price. Right here. Right here. This is an uptrend. This is a downtrend. Now, when we say consolidation, I like to use this box to explain consolidation actually. It means price is trading within a certain range, just moving up and down within a certain range. And in the consolidation, price just creates highs and lows. It doesn't create higher highs or higher lows or lower highs and lower lows. It just creates highs and lows. Never higher highs or higher lows, just highs and lows. That's what price creates when we are in the consolidation. As you can see, this is it right here. This is an uptrend, this is a downtrend, this is a consolidation. Now, this is how you see it, just a diagrammatic expression. It won't come picture perfect this way it is on a chart, okay? It's never picture perfect on the chart. I'm calling your attention to that. It's never picture perfect on the chart. This is how it will be on a chart. It will create higher highs and higher lows, or lower highs or lower lows, or just highs and lows, but it will never be picture perfect this way on a chart. It never will be picture perfect on a chart. Only in rare scenarios it becomes picture perfect, but you will see an uptrend, you will see a downtrend on the charts, but never picture perfect. I just call that to your attention. Take note, don't look for picture perfect trends. You just want to understand the concept behind the trend, and that's how you excel as a trader. So let's delete all of this. And yeah, now let's look at this chart right here. Okay, let's look at this chart right here. This is an uptrend. Now look at an uptrend right here. We have trying to look for a tool we could use. Okay, we have a low right here, and we have a high right here. Just marking out the major ones. Okay, this is a low, this is a high. Now this is what a higher low, and this is a what a higher high. Why is this a higher high? Because of it is higher than the previous high, and this low is not lower than the previous low. This is a higher low because the low is higher than this low, right here. This low is higher than this low. This high right here is higher than this high. So this is a higher high, this is a higher low. Now this is a what? A higher low also. You agree with me that if I put a trend line right here, this low never came lower than this. This low right here never came lower than this. So we can agree that this is a what? A higher low. And this is a what? A higher high. This is a higher low right here also. This is a higher high. Now you'll be wondering, what I would consider this as. Okay, you'll be wondering what I would consider this as. I will still consider this as a what? A higher low. Why? Why would I consider it as a higher low? We need to look left, okay, to get right. Now, fine, I understand that it broke this previous low, but there's still lows right here, and it hasn't cleared those lows. Okay, it never cleared those lows, so I can still consider this as a what? A higher low, and this as a higher high. Higher low, still on the same level, higher high, higher low, higher high. That's how you understand an uptrend. An uptrend occurs regularly on the chart, same as the downtrend, same as the consolidation. And this is just how it is on the chart. You see, it's never picture perfect. It's never picture perfect. That's why I call that to everybody's attention. It's never picture perfect. Now let's go and look for a downtrend, okay? A downtrend. Now this is the downtrend right here. This is a downtrend right here. This a high, this is a low. This is a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Can you see right there? High, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. That's how it occurs on the charts. Now let's go and look for a consolidation. Okay, I'm trying to look for a consolidation on this chart. Let's see if we can find one. Let's look for a consolidation on this chart. Okay, trying to look for a consolidation on this chart. Okay, let's take this as a consolidation. Okay, let's take this as a consolidation right here. You would agree with me that price created this high, this low, this high, relatively this low, and this was still trading within this level. So this is a consolidation or a range, as we would call it in price, and that's how you identify price action when price is trending or when price is consolidating. Do we all understand? Yes, a consolidation is essentially a range. There's a very, very close relationship between the two of them. So we consider a consolidation as a range. Okay? So Sylvester, I hope you're clear on that. If you don't understand everything I said, please do drop a yes in the chat box. And if you don't, please drop a no. Okay? And ask questions if you've got any. I'd love to get more response. Okay? I'd love to get more response. The 12 on the call, we should be getting a lot of response and quite a lot of conversation in the chat box. Okay. Now that we understand price trending or consolidating, we understand how trading messy versus keeping a clean chart works. We understand price action itself. How do you trade with price action? Or how to trade with price action? Now, this is the fun part. Okay. A lot of people have a lot of ways they trade with price action. Okay. A lot of people have a lot of means they trade with price action. A lot of approach they want to trade with price action. But the major way to trade with price action is understanding the concepts behind price action. Now, what's the concept behind price action? Support and resistance. Support and resistance has been, and the I knew support and resistance through a trader, a foreign trader called Larry Williams. And Larry Williams is actually one of those old traders, and they've been trading the financial market for roughly 40 to 50 years now. Okay. So that's where the concept of support and resistance. I had the concept of support and resistance. And how do you trade with price action? You need to understand the concept of support and resistance before you start applying every single tool you have access to in the financial market. Tools like trend lines, Fibonacci retracement, Fibonacci expansion, and the likes. Now let's go to the chart and see these things clearly. Sharing my screen, my MT4, so we can all see it clearly. Now, we're talking about support and resistance, how to trade support and resistance. Now, what is support, what is resistance? That's the first question, okay? What is support and what is resistance? I will try to make my charts very, very small so I can show you guys a lot of things. Now, what is support, what is resistance? Support We've talked about this resistance. We've talked about it multiple times. I advise you go back to our YouTube channel. There was a class I did generally based on support and resistance, how to apply it, how to use it. You can go back and watch the class. It will give you more insights, because what I'll be doing right now is just talking briefly on support and resistance. I won't be going deep into it. Now, look at this right here. Look at this right here. This is resistance, okay? You can see right here, what did price did, okay? Let's see what price did. Price actually rejected from this area of structure. Price rejected from this area of structure, relatively very, very close, but never got there. But I could still conclude that price rejected from that area of structure for a reason. And price rejects from this area of structure also. And price rejects from this area of structure also. Okay, so you can see how price acted as resistance. So resistance is an area where price looks to, or where we look at price to go short. And if you look at price right here, you couldn't have gone short here. It wasn't possible. You'd have waited for an entry at the 61.8 fib level. That's an OT. Could have gotten an entry at that OT, optimal trade entry right there, and you could have made how much from that? Could have made 106 pips right there. 106 pips. But I'm not talking about Fibonacci today. But let's just let's just talk about support and resistance. Now, when we talk about support, we've talked about resistance. Talking about support briefly. Now, this is support. Price rejected to the upside. Price rejected to the upside. Rejected to the upside. Rejected to the upside. Area closely right here, price rejected to the upside, rejected to the upside. Support is just an area where you look for buying opportunities in the financial markets. Okay, that's the concept behind support and resistance, and that is how this is just basic support and resistance. They still advanced support and resistance, which is trend lines. Okay, trend lines. Price rejecting this area right here down, rejecting this area down, rejecting this area down a bit right here also. So that's just support and resistance right there. Now, how do you trade price action? You use support and resistance. You use your knowledge on what's it called? You use your knowledge on candlesticks, how candlesticks are formed and all. So right here, let's see how to trade price action. Now, when you want to trade price action, you don't just trade price action. You want to understand the concepts or the thoughts behind price. Okay, so let's look at this closely. Let's look at AUD USD closely from the daily time frame. Okay, so what I'll do right now is merge this and this together. I can't talk about support and resistance without not talking about this right here. I'll share my screen right now. You would see what I will be adding to the list. You can't talk about support and resistance without talking about, or you can't talk about how to trade with price action without talking about capitalizing on price action conferences and strategies. So I'll be merging the two together, and you will get a clean understanding or a deep understanding of what I'm about to say. So going back to my MT4, and someone sent in a question, I'll check that question right now and see what the question is about. Oh, okay. Price being messy. When I said price being messy, this is what I meant. Now look at this chart. You see how clean it is, right? Look at this type of chart. Is this clean? Is this type of chart clean? Can you see price action clearly? It's too messy, right? So this is what I meant by messy charts. And I said, if you want to trade price action, pure price action, you need to keep your charts clean like this. Okay. Nothing that would actually make you lose focus on the chart. So I said we'll be looking at AUD USD, and we're trying to like understand AUD USD in detail. Okay, so I want to be concerned about this piece of price action right here. Okay, this piece of price action. So we ignore everything that is behind this red line. Okay, we ignore everything behind this red line. We'll ignore everything behind this red line. And what do I want to do? I want to note the highest point in price, which is this point right there. I want to note this highest point in price. Okay, this highest point in price right here. Trying to get the okay, so the highest point is 0.80072. So 0.80072. That's where the high of this candlestick is. Okay, and I want to note this one also. Okay, I want to note this also. Pops up actually itself. Okay, no problem. Let's not wait for it to pop up. Let's just do this. So I want to make it a round figure. I'm not interested in the general figure. I want to make it a round figure. So I could do 0.7500. Okay, that went down. Wow. Delete. Okay, not 0.7500 any longer. I'll try to reduce it to 0.7. Okay, let's say this area right here. And I'll try to reduce this to this area right here. Okay, so you can all agree with me that price is trading within a range. Okay, price is in a range. You all agree with me that price is trading in a range or price is consolidating. And most people say, no, I can't trade the consolidating market. Most people say they love to trade the consolidating market. It's all on you. It's all on your what you understand about price. So I'll pick my Fibonacci, not from swing high to swing low, but from price itself. Okay, and the equilibrium, that's the middle point of this. If I pick it from swing high to swing low, is actually around here. Okay, I'm trying to pinpoint the swing point, the middle. Okay, so the middle area. Yeah, I'm good that way. Now, the middle area is what I want to now capitalize on. Is price trading above or below? I understand that price is trading below the middle area. I can now go down to the 4-hour time frame. Remember, I'm trying to explain price action here, trying to help you understand what price action is about. Now, if we look at this right here, we try to mark out trend in this channel or in this small move up. We can agree that this is a low, this is a high, this is a higher low, this is a higher high, this is a higher low, this is a higher high, this is a higher low, this is a higher high. And if we say that we don't want to consider this higher low and we wanted to consider this piece of higher low right here, we can say that's a break in market structure right there. Okay, so market structure broke, and when market structure broke, we traded down. What happened? We retraced back up to this area of what? This area of resistance. And what happened? Price broke, acted as resistance, acted as broke, acted as support here, broke, now acting as resistance. What we want to do is to see price trade lower. Okay, want to see price trade lower because this is actually looking like a head and shoulder pattern. Okay, the head and shoulder pattern is a candlestick pattern. That's why I said you need to understand the candlestick pattern also when you want to trade price action. I can now go down to the 1-hour time frame here. On the 1-hour time frame, I want to see what price has to offer. So what price has to offer is the fact that it is trading, consolidating a bit right here, consolidating a bit right here, because this price action is not really that active. And also you would notice that price is trying to form some kind of a head and shoulder right here, but this is an inverted head and shoulder right there. So what you would literally be doing is to wait for price to give you a trigger to go lower. Now, what's that trigger to go lower? You can now use your Fibonacci. On this swing guy, to this swing low. And looking at the swing high to the swing low, price is what? At the equilibrium. So what you might want to be doing is you can gladly take a short from AUD USD, yeah, to this low right here, because that's like a significant area in price. Or you just want to sit this trade out, or you might just want to sit the trade out, depends on you. But take a low right here because of how price forms at this area. And also, if we implement trend lines, this is a downtrend, okay? Price in a downtrend right here, and this is a counter trend line right here. See how price broke, somehow tried to retest it but never got there. What it really retested was this right here. Was this area of support, now turn resistance. That's what it really did. So you can decide to go short without risking too much. Although it would have been nice to see price trade into this area one more time before you go short, but you might not want to miss out on price. I'm excited to go short 0.01 and see what price has to do right there. Go short. Not the financial advice, though. Okay, so with this, that's how you approach price action. That's how you see price action clearly. And also, if you look at this, if you're trying to get the bigger picture right here, the bigger picture right here, you can say this is a high, this is a low, this is a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Market structure broke. A high, a higher low, a higher high. But look at what happened. Price broke again. So you might want to pick out the major right here, which is a high, a low, a lower high, and you're expecting a what? A lower low down. So that's how you just approach price action. You need to get all your confluences right on track. Right on track. That's how you generally approach price action. So that brings us to our discussion. Oh, Joe, you came in late. The focus of the discussion was actually we're talking about how to trade using price action, and we decided to combine the last two phases, how to trade price action and capitalizing on price action conferences. Yes, please. It is good to have more than one confluence, maximum three, okay? But not just one, maximum three. Now, you see, the reason I took a sell on AUD USD was because of number one, it's a downtrend. Number two, we broke structure to the downside. Number three, price came into that resistance, that support turned resistance. So I'm looking to go short. That's why I decided to take a shot on AUD USD. That was just why I decided to take a shot on AUD USD. So you see three confluences all on point. I took a shot on AUD USD. No, not at all. Not at all. There's no option for you to join with your video. The replay is always available on our YouTube channel. We've got nothing to worry about. So do we all understand? That's the thing on point, right? Do we all understand everything we discussed? Yes or no? If no, please let me know where so I can explain again. And if yes, I'll be glad that you understand this and you'll be implementing it on your charts. And also the polls are still left empty. Let's respond to it, please. Thank you. Okay. Love to get response. So I'll be sending out two polls right now. Just sent out two. Let's respond to it. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad. Karachi. Like I told you, journaling your trade is very, 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 very important. When you journal your trade, you understand the mistakes you made, why you shouldn't be making such mistakes again. That type of vibe. That's what you give your charts. That's what you learn. Okay. So, Hosanna, I'm glad you understood. Yeah. When I talked about a messy chart, I was just saying this was what I meant by a messy chart. Okay. Like I'm saying, for you to trade price action, you want a clean chart. Okay. A clean chart, not a chart filled with indicators. Let me show you what I meant by that. Okay. This is what I was saying. This is a clean chart right here. And this is an example of a messy chart. So when you want to trade price action, you don't trade using a messy chart like this. You can't plot out anything on this chart. You can see price action clearly on this chart. But with this type of chart, we can plot out price action easily. And that's if we go to the 4-hour time frame and I zoom out a bit, you'd see how I plot out my charts, like plot out my charts. I'm sure some of you were on this webinar when I called ERGBP sell. It sold that day like 40 pips or so before I closed out at break even though. Then it raided the stops and still went all the way down. It's still coming down here. Like I said, my bias remains unchanged. That's why I still have all this on here right here. So this is just a retracement. After an impulse, there'll be a retracement before we dump back down. I remember I still gave this call recently. And this is what you don't want on your chart. You don't want all of this on your chart. This type of chart, you want something clean where you can see price action flow sweetly. Let's just put it that way, sweetly. Yeah. So still see URGB coming back to this area before we go long fully. Because this is like a range and range needs to be concluded to the downside. And the concept I explained, which is the high, the low, I was just trying to explain to you that to show you that price was trading in a range. This is the highest point of the range. This is the lowest point of the range. Price is trading in the middle, below the middle. So you want to be looking for shorts right there because there's a confluence that aligns with you looking for shorts. That's what I did right there. So any further question? I was talking about ERGBP. You can check the Telegram group. It's there. Okay. What I meant by price action was the movement of a financial instrument, the value of price in reference to time. Okay, how price moves. That's what I termed price action. And I used the example of a Ferrari. A Ferrari will continue being at a spot unless someone goes in, starts the car, and steps on the accelerator. That's what I mean. So price action, price will continue to stay at one point unless there's an external factor or an action is taken on it. Okay, that's what I meant by price action. Joey, did you understand the concept I explained of the tops and the bottom, the middle? Just trying to mark out the range, like I explained when I was showing the diagrammatic expression of a range itself. No, the webinar isn't over. I had issues with my mic actually. So you don't understand how I use trend lines. Okay, let me show you how to use trend lines. Okay, the webinar isn't over. So how do you use trend lines? Very simple. I'll show you how to use trend lines. Okay, now how to use trend lines is easy. What you want to do is locate. Um, there are a lot of ways to use trend line actually, but I'll just explain the basic way to use trend lines. Okay, so you want to locate 2 points in price. Okay, 2 points in price, which is this one and this one. Okay, this first one and this second one. Then you want to drag it into price. You want to drag it into price. Okay, you want to drag it into price. Sometimes you might need to adjust it properly like this, but let's just focus on this right there. Okay, 2 points in price. And what you want to do is anytime price trades back into the trend line, you want to sell. Okay, that's for a downtrend. And for an uptrend, okay, let's use this example is better. Never draw a picture perfect trend line though. So every time price trades back into or closely into the area of the trend line, you want to sell. That's for a downtrend. Now for an uptrend, let's use this small one right here. Every time price trades back into the trend line, you want to buy. Okay, so that's just the concept behind trend line. That's how you draw a trend line in price. So any further question? Lima, do you understand now? And any other question? Let's do what to respond to the polls before we go. Okay, you see people leaving already. Let's just do what to respond to the polls. Great. Any other question? Yes. I use the same trend line when higher when on higher time frames or lower time frame. I use trend lines almost every time. So this brings us to the end of our webinar. Yes, the replay to the next webinar is on our YouTube channel. It's not I've not uploaded it yet on the YouTube channel, so you have to wait. Just check our YouTube channel, Eagle Global Markets. Okay, that's our channel on YouTube, Eagle Global Markets, and I would love to see everybody on the next webinar. Do have a lovely day ahead of you. Thank you very much for joining me on this webinar. See you in the next one. Bye for now.